This is the Android flip phone with two displays that cost about $200 and it is called Vkworld T2 Plus. It is quite a unique device in the budget phones world, and here's the full Techline HD review. Just before we start, make sure to subscribe to the Techline HD YouTube channel and turn on notifications if you want to see more content like this. Also, check out the video description for all the links and show notes. The phone ships with all the usual stuff, and some extras include a pair of earphones and a screen protector. The key selling point of this device is obviously the display, or two displays to be precise. It's a flip phone that has a pretty nice and sharp touchscreen display that can also work as a fancy desk clock. You can also choose from quite a few pre-installed watch faces and adjust other settings. Open up the lid and you'll find another screen that is also pretty nice to look at, but it's not a touchscreen panel because you have all the buttons in the world to control the phone. I admit it's quite fun to navigate through Android 7 based user interface using the buttons. Navigating may not be as fast as using the touchscreen, but it's pretty cool to be able to open up recent apps with a dedicated button, press a home key, or simply start dialing a phone number. I also like that the buttons have a nice backlight, so they can be seen in low light. Basically, you can do all the same things as you would do on the main screen. I also love the fact that there is zero delay when you switch from the main screen to the secondary display. It's pretty fun to use a flip phone for calls, and the call quality is quite decent. Other connectivity options work fine too. The hinge is made of metal and so far it seems to be working well. We also have a plastic trim that is made to look like metal. I wish it was made of real metal. The backplate is interesting because it is made of real leather and it looks kind of nice. You can also remove it to access a battery, two SIM card slots, and a micro SD card tray. There is no headset jack and you will need to use headphones with the micro USB connector, which is a bit frustrating. You should also know that the phone does not have Fingerprint Scanner and there is no notification LED light. The overall build quality is pretty good, but I wish the size of the phone were made of metal, not plastic. Loudspeaker quality is kind of average like on most of these budget phones. Hardware department is kind of a letdown since the phone uses an old MTK6737 chipset. Also, I wish the phone had more RAM and storage, but at least we have a micro SD card slot. The gaming performance is just average. You should expect to see quite a few skipped frames and stutter even if you play 3D games on reduced graphics settings. As for the user interface, you can find many extra features. It just looks a bit different due to customized icons and there is no app tray. The overall performance of the UI is quite good as I didn't experience any lag or stutter. Image quality can be summarized in a couple of words: pretty bad. I understand that the camera is not the key selling point of this device, but I expected to see better results. Same can be said about the selfie image quality. Video quality using the main and the front-facing cameras is quite bad too. The phone ships with a really tiny battery, but it has to power relatively small displays. My record screen on time was about 5 hours, but on average, I was able to achieve about 4 hours of SOT. Unfortunately, it takes about 3 hours to fully charge the phone with the supply charger, which is not the best result. The Vkworld T2 Plus is an interesting device in the budget segment mainly because of its design. Two screens and a physical keyboard definitely make this phone stand out from the crowd. In practice, I had a lot of fun to play with this phone. I also like that the device is quite fast for the basic day-to-day stuff, and the battery life is quite good considering a low power bank capacity. The biggest flaws of the Vkworld T2 Plus include bad cameras and a mediocre chipset. You should also know that there is no headset jack, no fingerprint scanner, and no LED notification light. At the end of the day, the Vkworld T2 Plus is a unique phone for the price, but it definitely has some shortcomings to consider before buying, like all budget phones. So what do you guys think about this device, and what do you think about flip Android phones in general? Drop me a comment down below, and as always, like the video if you liked it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It was Linus, thank you for watching, and see you soon.